Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to,
Not metaphor. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing today. We're doing Crystal Project. Nailed it. First try. We got there. Doing Crystal Project today. The second part of that, I always think Crystal Chronicle. And if Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles didn't exist, it would probably be called that because who doesn't want to do alliteration? I'm going to go ahead and just eat this granola bar on camera because I'm late. I forgot how much chewing is entailed in eating these. So maybe I'll delay finishing that. Okay. So when last we left off, we just finished off several of the bosses. And I believe... Where are you a Beastmaster? Was I mastering Beastmaster? Did I want... What the hell was I planning on doing? Well, it's mostly just that when I'm chewing, I can't talk. You know? Like, that's the thing. This is I guess it's a protein bar, actually. It's a Nature Valley protein bar with peanut and chocolate. I think they're like 200 calories. And they were very useful when I was calorie counting as like a thing to have to like supplement like a couple hundred calories. And I'm not calorie counting anymore, but they're still pretty good. Yeah, I don't like any sort of fruit. I kind of despise fruit. Do I want... Okay, we were looking at Beastmaster. I did some thinking about the variance stuff. So I was sent a message after we were gone indicating that the variance thing... Where is the class? So Savage gives 35% variance, right? So this means I'm possibly a little bit allergic to bananas. I'm not actually sure, but yeah, bananas are particularly unpleasant for me in a variety of ways. So variance basically gives you a very specific thing of like, okay, so this makes it so that your damage goes between 65% and 135% of the total value, right? So that's what the variance value means explicitly. The other thing that means is that once you've reached 100% variance, additional variance only increases the upper limit because the bottom limit can't drop further than 0. So I was thinking that 100% variance might be basically 50 to 150%, or maybe 50 to 200%. Like, kind of like you can either have the damage that you deal or double the damage you deal. I wasn't really sure, but I got confirmation that it's... well, I got informed. I guess I didn't get confirmation. I got informed that the damage value is like it just minus that percentage. So what that means is that if you have variance effects, if you stack enough variance, you're looking at like dealing 0 to 300% damage, 0 to 400, 0 to 17,000%. Obviously, you can't stack that much, but presuming that you could, because the bottoms out at 0, it gets more consistently good to have variance just from that, in addition to apparently scaling off of Thinger. So this gives 30% variance. This gives 50% variance. This gives 50% variance. It might be kind of fun to try to do something with axes. This is 1.5 times attack plus half strength plus 75 of strength. Okay, that's pretty standard, right? Yeah, half and half. So 75 would be a 50% boost over default stuff. Executioner. This attack plus attack. Executioner should do good damage, right? This is 2.5 times attack. Plus attack times strength plus 1.5. This should be really good. Why don't I ever use this? Oh, because it costs 20 AP and I just don't remember to check the damage value on it. Coup de grace attack plus attack. This adds a 1 dex scalar per thing. This is agility. Do I have... This is attack and half of agility, 2 attack plus attack times agility. Pick off might be really good for my party. I have very, very high baseline accuracy, from my recollection. Thorn shot is weak against high defense. We have snipe. There's a cooldown of 8. So this Hunter's Mark is the way that you're supposed to get things like pick off done. I wonder how a chemist hunter would do. Let me take a look. The thing is, the chemists probably have pretty garbage stats. I would assume that chemists have kind of garbage stats. Their agility is half. Half a star. So this is going to have garbage agility. Which is too bad. Because a chemist might be a really fun way to kind of go crazy with a hunter, except for the fact that they are going to have kind of just bad stats. All right. Well, I mean, I guess I could check. What is the difference? I already have a chemist, right? Yeah. So you have. Let's see. You have 174. You know, there's not that huge difference in agility. The chemist is potentially a good bow user, actually. So, agility, I believe, increases your dodge chance. So that increases your evasion, which is a stat. So you can see that my agility and evasion are the same stat. I believe that those are going to be tagged together. Yes. So evasion is derived directly out of agility. So that increases the chance to dodge physical attacks, not magic attacks, I don't think. And then speed increases the rate at which you get turns. Dexterity increases, I believe, both the damage, the crit chance and crit modifier. I believe it does both, based off of a couple pieces of gear that I was switching around before. So, depending on what you're trying to accomplish between those three goals, you'll want different things. Unfortunately, the swordplay stuff is all agility based. I would love for it to be dex based because it it's the stat that I'd want to be stacking in order to do the most crit damage. But that's fine. So, I think that for now, I think I might just set myself up. Do we remember how I set myself up before? I could do ninja if I wanted to dual rapier. Okay, yes. So we're gonna start setting this up. So we're gonna set you up with the battle band, not that, and the shadow gi. We have this, which will increase our damage and crit, and this, which increases our crit and accuracy. I think that that's good. This is a reasonable setup. Oh, actually, yeah, we have the oily sword. Do we want to be... No, we should probably swap to assassin. Do we want assassin? Yes, because if we're an assassin, we get access to the stat drops that we want. This is a purely physical fight. So, with this being a purely physical fight, we can AoE apply certain debuffs. What we'd really like, weirdly enough, is... Does it actually make more sense? Do we have the things we would need? See. Hey, live forever and ever. Reactable, we don't need right now. Fury is kind of what we need. We're looking to generate more AP per turn. It's a very, very weak spell in Might and Magic. Let's see here. It became a thing where people would be doing the highlight thing to get me to cast Torchlight because it made the viewing experience better if I forgot to cast it when I was playing Maw, which we're probably going to be playing again soon. I think that's what we're going to be hitting up next. Let's see. Just need to close that. Hey, Astro Kitty. Let's see. What are we doing? We are going to... I think we're going to not worry about it. I'm going to leave this alone. Okay, you need... Because, like, one thing that might be fun to do is basically set up a Oh, you know, this is a passive is really, really good. The Beatsmith passive is really solid. Let's see how this works. So if I did Beatsmith with swordplay, I have plus 60% if I do the same ability 3 times in a row. The only concern is that I wouldn't be able to use the thingamabobber ability like repeatedly necessarily, but that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, we can set you as something. What do you need to be? Do we need to change any of your passives? Yeah, for this we should have... Do we have a sword equip? We have the equip shield equipped and paired with a thinger. We could do Fury if we want. %, more healing. Don't need. Auto hit, I think, is important. Okay, Beastmaster. What the hell were you doing before? You were one of my. Okay, let's set you as Warlock. Set your subclass to Monster Magic, because that's, I think, a very solid foundation to build off of. We can set this. We can give you the Guts Busby. This, wait. Is this immune to fire? That's actually really funny. Oh, actually, by the way, I just keep my phone at low brightness, so... Yeah, that's good. Okay. What the hell were you doing? I think I'm going to set you as a Warlock, too. Give you Warlock Valhalla. I think that's a decent combination. Right, it absorbs it into... Okay, so we don't need to do that. Yes, that's a thing that we probably don't need. Instead, we could equip the Celestial Crown. What do we want to do for your subcommand? You know what? For your subcommand, we can do Execute. If we do Execute, then we don't have to worry about the thing. We can't equip medium armor on Warlock, though. So maybe I go Assassin with Warlock. Secondary. Unless I have something in particular that I need. I actually really enjoyed my ability to heal with Key Lime just going crazy with the thing. Let's see. You get plus 2 AP per turn. Unfortunately, I can't do Warrior and Swordplay and Beatmaker at the same time. So we don't need to worry about it. That was a passive component of the class, not a thing. Let's see. Next. You, actually, I remember what you were doing. You were doing Reaper. I remember. We need to do Reaper. So Reaper Valhalla. We do Twilight. We do 6 AP when casting magic. Do we go for the battle helm? No, I remember this thing going kind of crazy on me. So let's do Valkyrie Mail with double Hemo Ring. So that's what you're going to do. You have the ability to debuff the enemy. And what else do you need? This gives Spirit. Spirit, I think, increases my healing. So that's probably good. We can equip some heavy armor. So let's do that. Spell Lifesteal. Don't really want to be generating more threat. That's kind of the opposite of what I'm looking to do. Let's go with the Protector. I don't want to go with the Protector because... Oh, you know what? We'll just do the Pointy Hat. This increases my ability cost, but the hope here is that it doesn't matter and I'll be okay. I don't think Shell does anything important for this fight. So I don't need to equip that. I could equip this. Crit resist minus 50%. Oh, 50% crit resist is actually quite solid. Do I want just Plate of the Lion to potentially allow me to survive more attacks? Maybe I do. Let's go with Plate of the Lion. Increases the chance for loot drop. We don't need this. You need nothing. You're all set. You need to figure out what the hell you're doing with your life. Are you going to do the combo? We can't do fire damage. So let's make you a summoner with mixed magic. We will give you the healing stick. What was it called? This is the healing stick. And then we will give you the protector. So when you're using aid, good things will happen. And then what else do we need to do? So we gave you the pointy hat. That allows execute to do more, but we need to actually hit. So we do this, that counteracts the... Ooh, actually that's minus 35%, not minus 35. So what if we were to double up on accuracy boosts? What else gives me accuracy? So magic abilities have 100% more variance, means that we can do between 0 and 100%. Chance to loot drop is increased by 50%. This is plus 30 accuracy and plus 5 dex. Okay. And main focus, sustain, and stuff like that are all tied to either a sword or a thing. So we could equip a sword instead, which increases the number of things we can do, but dramatically reduces our healing potential. But let's not worry about that. We have other options. So this gives a huge amount of max MP, actually. Oh, we have Sage and Yasha. Let's actually equip... Let's equip Sage. So Sage will give us a bit of extra HP. We now have elite HP. This was the correct choice. This is the build. This gives us elite HP, and thus we cannot possibly be defeated. So, do we need to change anything else at the moment? I don't think so. You don't need the rope, ribbon, and float shoes. So I guess I could give you something more useful. The pointy hat is to increase the duration on the reduced power that I'm going to be doing. I guess I could give myself some other stuff here. But yeah, that's predominantly just to maximize the duration of harm power. So with the pointy hat equipped, harm power should be permanent. I should be able to just hit it, and I guess it depends. Basically, as long as the enemy is getting the same number of turns as I am, I can always have harm power with just the one character, which does mean that I don't necessarily need to be on Beatsmith for them, but I'm not going to worry about it for now. This is the build for right now. We're going to swap this for... you're mostly just going to be hitting people to heal them. So... what else do you need? Vitality? Mind and luck. Crit chance, accuracy, strength. %25 more defense at max HP. Let's go with this, actually. This will make it more likely for me to survive a single random swipe. Resistance plus 20, take 30% less fire damage. This gives me crit chance. You know what, I'll equip the ribbon. I don't remember there being any status effects that I can block with this in this fight, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so we are going to go feed. Because we don't have mana to play with. And I should probably give everybody that passive. So you currently have a refresher equipped, which probably makes sense to start the fight with. You have auto revival. I think I actually prefer smoke screen. So we're going to have smoke screen and auto revive because I needs it. We don't need the equipped sword ability. So we can also venom coat if we want. It's not going to make a huge difference to anything. See, Grudge would be really useful for the other character to have, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to use Critical Turn. This lasts once per battle or death. That's a fairly solid thing to have. Also, we have way more HP than I thought was going to be reasonable to have. That's, like, way more. Alright, let's make our first attempt. We'll see what needs to be adjusted as we go. We don't have any Beat Saber. We don't have any beat abilities. Oh, this character doesn't have any of the beatmaker abilities. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to Eagle Stance. And we are going to... we're not going to checkmate. We're going to set up Swallowtail. So now the next Swallowtail will do 20% more damage. We are going to harm power. This is only 76% accuracy. That's not sufficient. We're going to need to change our strategy. But that's okay. We can worry about that later. You can set up... That is true. We are missing a beat, Smith. Alright, we're going to Stealing Wind. My hope is that this pulls aggro off of it. Everybody. We can use Shell on you. That didn't pull any aggro. Okay, next Swallowtail comes out. That is a 1,000 damage dealt. That's a miss. We can harm magic on you. You can Nightfall. And not do very much damage at all, actually. Did I set something up incorrectly with you? I think it's that I'm used to having undead. I'm gonna heal you. Do I want to... Shroomy Leer comes out. Attack comes out, and that's lethal. That's a 1,000 damage crit. What the fuck? Alright. We're going to Nightfall. We can use Aid, I guess? Jesus. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. Whew, boy, that... I had forgotten just how hard that thing hits. Let's see. Well, Pumpkin is a Reaper. The thing that I was... I guess I did have the double Hemo Ring last time. Oh, the other thing is that I'm used to having the attack boost for the first turn. Let's see here. Okay, so French Silk. Beatsmith is not gonna do this. Beatsmith is not gonna get the job done here. We need... what? I could do AGs. Let's try AGs. We'll get the Raid Helm. We'll get the AG's Mail. Then... we can do Stalwart. Now, you can't... the pointy hat build is not going to work. This is not going to be a thing we can work with. Okay, so this is just a higher level version of the other one. Okay. We could do the Plague Mask, which gives us 3 turns of poison. And we don't need lock-on lens and scope lens, probably. We might need one or the other, but I don't think we need either of them, honestly. So, do we have... We can't apply another status effect with an accessory, I don't think. Okay, I'm not going to change anything else yet. Let's take a look at how this boss is going to go. We have Raise Dead coming out before anybody goes this time. That's interesting. So we can harm power on you. I guess I didn't need to yet. There's only one physical attack coming out right now. I think now is probably... No, actually, you know what? I don't need to get an AoE version of that. I just need to generate threat. Like, that's all I really need is threat. If I do blink at the start, that is good in some ways. If I do... You know what I should do? I should actually paralyze. If I can get the paralyze here, then I can block the initial thing. The other thing is, I don't necessarily need... The strategy that I went with was not killing all of them, it was just killing this one, right? So... I don't want to do checkmate. I only have 21% chance to crit right now? Holy shit. So checkmate has 51% crit chance. We'll do checkmate. I need to get more crit chance. So this blocks the initial possession, and also gives us an extra turn to play with. We can then tag a bloody slice on you if I want, but I don't need to. Let's do a harm magic. You can do Nightfall again, maybe? It's going to be trying to cast a spell, but it's going to take a long time for it to get that spell off. I don't think it's getting that spell off. So, we're going to checkmate. Possession is not a spell, I don't think. I don't think I can reflect it. We can aid you. This gives a massive amount of HP paired with the armor. Okay, you have... We have a while to kill this thing. I'm just going to bloody slice on you. And we're not going to kill... I shouldn't have done that. I should have dispelled. That's fine. We're going to do a Nightfall. That's not quite lethal. We can Swallowtail here. And that's lethal. Shurmeleer comes out, that's 500 damage. Attack comes out, that's 715 damage! And you're gonna fucking kill me! You're not gonna kill me. You stand no chance. I can heal for more. Do we... No, we're not gonna fish for a crit. Oh, actually, right. I forgot cover exists. Okay. So, we have a shit ton of max HP right now. We are going to Dispel, which removes the attack boost. And then we can just use Life Drink or Satanic. And Satanic gives me 413 back. This gives me 603 back by default. Let's go with this. We'll go with the more healing. Actually, we don't need to go with more healing. We'll go with Satanic. We didn't get the crit. The attack comes out. It does crit, because of course it crits. Why wouldn't it crit? And then we have the ability to use Checkmate on you. And then you have the ability to cry, because that's actually too much damage for me to heal through, I think. I should have probably done the defensive thing, actually. Oh, you don't have the power down thing on anymore. Okay, this is going to be an issue. Miss? It didn't crit. Oh! Okay. That attacked a different target, so... Actually, I guess as long as we don't get... Okay, we have one more turn before we can do that. We can use Veracity. Veracity will give me an increased turn counter next turn. Did I have something else that I need to cast with you? I don't think so. We're going to Veracity on you. You are going to Life Drink. And I should have done the AoE, actually. Let's see. You can do... Armor Boost. Nope, not Armor Boost. You can do Power Wall. You're doing Rally Call. I hate that for me. This thing's going to do attack as long as I don't do anything to change its behavior. I'm going to cast Refresh. I just realized that I don't have the unlimited mana item on, because it's a medium armor piece, that's why. Okay, so now we can do Harm Power on the boss. Okay, we now have 4 turns of Harm Power. The boss is now going to do some crazy bullshit on me that I hate. We are going to Reaping Cut the boss. And Shermie Lear comes out. This is going to kill me. There wasn't a way to avoid that killing me, I don't think. It was going to do a default of 1,000 damage. I guess I could... Or sorry, of like almost 1,300 damage. Let's see. Resist down, magic down. I'm gonna actually use the Trench. This gives me Stalwart for a couple of turns. We can cast Life. Physical attack is going to come out on Apple. No, it's going to come out on Key Lime. Pocket Sand comes out, so that's blinded. Which, you know, that's not bad. We could coup de grace you. That seems like a bad idea. We can apply this. You miss me. And then, what do I do with you? We're going to need to try to get things back under control. Oh, we got a crit. That was a crit proc, I think. We are going to Stealing Wind. This also gives me a little bit of threat. And... I guess I throw out a heal on myself, because this thing's going to kill me otherwise. Okay, it missed, so it wouldn't have killed me. I can coup de grace this, and I don't lose anything, really, so let's just do this. Okay, unfortunately we didn't get a crit. So, we can have you Nightfall if we want, and I think we will. That was a bad idea. Okay, it's fine. It didn't actually pull aggro. The reason I was doing it was to pull aggro, so... Do we blink? Who are you attacking? You're attacking... Ooh. Tagging you. You can checkmate. You did not crit. I guess I probably should have life stolen there. Oh shit, I haven't dispelled the attack boost. Let's get rid of that. Not that it matters in this context, because it's going to definitely do lethal here. Okay. And we can... Rending cut the boss. Keyline has gotten really lucky. Not gonna do that. Well, Bloody Slice here, I guess. Do I have something better to do? I guess I do. I should probably just, like, heal somebody or something. This is not a lot of HP to heal. It's probably enough to survive this hit. I'm not gonna survive this if it crits. It didn't crit, though. That's a crit. Okay, let's use Bloodwell. Checkmate. No. Let's have you use Power Wall. And maybe I should just be consistently using Power Wall here. If I consistently Power Wall, and you're able to maintain the threat... Oh, I don't have regen on you. That's part of the issue. We don't have regen on you anymore. Okay. So this is going to be 6 quadrillion damage coming out to Pumpkin. Because the boss is going to... The power wall won't help. I think... but without power wall, we're not we're not going to survive the other 2 hits either. I'm actually going to Crystal Form, now that I think about it. Shroomy Leer comes out, that brings you to critical. Safeguard procs, that's great. Attack comes out. You can't cover while you're using safe... God damn it. I can't cover while I'm doing that. That's rough. Okay. Well... I guess fairly predictable, but... God damn it. That's pretty rough. I am going to just Nightfall. We're going to cast Life. You're going to Rally Call again. You're going to Headbutt. Did so much fucking damage. Do we... I don't have Bloodwell for 2 more turns. I'm gonna go ahead and just Life Drink. I'm not gonna be able to survive this turn. Unless it misses. I probably die. To the second hit here, because they have a very high crit chance. Wow. That's really rough. You can't even double cast life. I don't think I can keep up the route. I don't think that I can win this using this strategy because there's just too much damage coming out to possibly survive a round. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to scan this on turn... Oh, wow. Wait, I could have... I just walked straight toward it. I maybe could have jumped over it and gotten to the thing, which would have been funny. Okay. Yeah, I was completely out of resources there. Alright, we are going to use Harm Magic. I also hadn't done very much damage. So we're going to AoE with Nightfall. And we are going to paralyze right off the bat. And you are going to Eagle Stance. And you're going to Swallowtail, question mark? Yeah, I'm going to Swallowtail. So Guava comes out. They're all paralyzed. This skips their next turn. Unfortunately, I don't think it cost them as much as I would have liked. We are going to... This is going to be using Possession this turn. This thing really, really likes trying to murder Keyline. Okay, we're gonna Nightfall. We're going to Swallowtail again. Takeover comes out on French Silk, which is surprising, but also delightful. We're now going to cast Protect. That thing's gonna harden on itself. Oh, right, the thing that I wanted to do... And this is as good a chance to do it as any. We're gonna cast Scan. It takes 20 MP to cast its Revive. Burning through its mana bar, I don't think is reasonable. I don't think that's a reasonable thing to expect to be able to do. Okay, we're going to Dispel the attack buff off of the Spirit Cage. We're going to Nightfall. That's the last 3 target AoE that we're going to be able to do. And we're covering. We need to protect the permanent thing. Okay, that's a miss. That's actually amazing. Okay, so the cover is going to last for several turns, actually. I'm just going to throw out an aid. Okay. Okay, we're now going to harm power. We're going to use Healing Breeze. Okay, that's a crit. Chivalry comes out. We have Crystal Form. Let's do it. Wait, can we cover wall up? I guess that's not, it doesn't matter. Alright, we're going to heal on you. Headbutt comes out. That's a crit for 71. We're all good. So we can... Coup de grace on you, maybe? Harm power won't be able to come out for a long time. Avid Assault into Harm power is really good. We need to cast Refresh on you. And you can Rending Cut. Okay. Okay, we're gonna reapply the guard. It's a crit for nothing. Love that for me. Nope. We need to dispel. The really nice thing about this sword also is that because it applies that debuff, that debuff will be available to each one of the debuffs. Okay, this is a problem. That Shroomy combo is so fucking good. It's such a strong combo. Okay, so we could do Bloody Slice on you. We don't have the power down. Okay. I can do Armor Boost. That'll last for 2 turns. We can do Healing Breeze again. This applies regen to everybody. We can aid. Headbutt comes out for 700 fucking damage. Jesus. That's with like all of my defensive shit in play. You know, so one thing that I noticed with the light elemental boss is the light elemental boss actually did a weird thing where it stopped. Oh right, I didn't use Thawed Heart. I need to have Thawed Heart active. It stopped using the revive without having run out of mana. That was some incredible luck. I could apply this. I think I'm going to. Do we... I think I might entrench here. No, I'm not going to. We're going to Snowfang. It's not a huge amount of healing, but it's something, and it generates more threat. So we can now use Veracity if we want. I think... Oh, wait, we need to Dispel. Dispel is important. I guess I didn't need to do it there. Okay. Okay. All right, we had two gimmies. Never mind. That was a guaranteed thing to happen. That wasn't special. Okay. You have... I'm gonna entrench. That gives us an extra turn on that thing. What are you gonna do? You're gonna harm power on the Spirit Cage. Okay, it crit but didn't kill. We're gonna heal. And then it's gonna attack somebody else. It didn't. Okay. This is insane. It's still targeting French Silk. I guess I just activate... no, let's activate the regen. Because... Okay! Still alive! This lasts for 2 turns. Let's main focus on you. I guess I probably should have done something else, but I actually don't know that there was something else that I needed to do. So Entrench actually has a cooldown, I didn't realize. Let's see. I guess we Snowfang. I think it's using Rally here. We got the crit. Headbutt comes out. Yikes. We're in a Nightfall. No, we're gonna Rending Cut. I need to stop using AoEs now because I don't want to kill this Shaken Root. We haven't done a strategy thus far that's going to work with doing that, so harm power. Right, we need to dispel you. I am gonna run out of mana soon, because I keep having to dispel. Do I checkmate? I'm gonna checkmate, actually. Okay, Keyline is in danger. We're gonna cast Refresh on Apple. Shroomy attack, and that's just lethal. Yeah, they absorb fire damage. Did I just crit that for 1,000 damage? Do I have a combat log? You have 638 defense. And only 341 resistance. I see. Do I have to learn how to use a mage build in order to do this fight? Because I think I might. I think that a portion of the reason that this fight is going as badly as it is because I actually can't hurt this thing, really. Just realistically, I'm not doing any damage, which means that I'm not life-stealing. And I'm not able to kill it in a timely manner. Like, this fight isn't supposed to be this long. This is supposed to be an easier fight than this. So, if I were to use... Yosuke... Try to do pierce through. Okay, they take a bunch of damage, and they get blinded. And cast life. Well, Apple doesn't really generate almost any threat at all. I guess it doesn't matter. Like, Pierce Through just isn't... Pierce Through would need to have more defense reduction, or defense piercing, to be particularly relevant, most likely. We got it to half. We're out of mana. I never equipped that hat. Okay, let's... I need to figure out... This does make my life a little bit easier. This ignores resistance. I wonder if it ignores immunity. It costs 52 MP to cast, though. So... if I have one character who's a summoner, and I have them just rotate through the summons, and then I have another character... We have Meteor. But we can only cast Meteor 3 times. How am I going to get through this much HP? That's really interesting. We still have this that we haven't seen. Oh, right, yeah, this is the thing that runs away. We have a bunch of things here. We're like missing a whole section here. Because I think the weed is probably the first thing in the Capitol Garden. Is this just the enemies that we haven't attacked in the Capitol? I guess probably. Let me think about what I've got available here. I don't necessarily need the protector. Right, but I can't do the thing. Oh, you know who I still haven't fought? I actually still haven't fought the zombie thing. I forgot about that. I forgot about this completely. So, what was that thing called? We also have the things here. Robot has landslide. That's an issue. That's an issue. Puppet on has a drop. We do still have the bosses in the ocean itself. So I'm missing 2 enemies in Jadamba. That I would need to find. One of which is probably the dinosaur boss, I would assume. Do we want to track down that dinosaur boss? I need to find this thing up here. Undergrowth, okay. So you have Bloodsuck and Devour and Clone and Sever and Waste. This seems easy enough to deal with. So if I give Pumpkin the Hope Cross, they're immune to the primary threat there. We can give you the Guts Busby. We can give you the Seeker's Garb. We can give you Flame Seeker just for funsies. And then we can give you the 2 Thingamabobbers, 2 Magic Finders. There we go. I don't know that the AGs is going to do much for me. Let's see here. Oh no, the drilling. The drilling has begun. I don't think we're gonna be able to beat this boss right now. I'm gonna deal with some other stuff first because we're beating our head against the wall, and I'm probably gonna have to restructure and build a entirely magic oriented party to be able to fight this boss realistically. It just has way too much defense for me to feel good about my odds against it. So we're gonna go to where? We need to go all the way up to the top of the thing, I think. Do we want to try to swap? But yeah, so my thinking is basically as long as I can do enough damage to pull aggro, I don't think this boss is going to do enough damage because it's going to spend some of its turns doing an instant death attack that doesn't work. So my thinking is that I can probably... What is happening? So my thinking here is that we should be fairly okay. The biggest issue with this boss is just the fact that if I die, I need to reset. But yeah, I think before we do the boss that we were just fighting... Wait. Okay. Before we do that boss, we're going to get basically like all of these other bosses cleared. I think that makes the most sense to me. This boss, which I had kind of forgotten this boss even existed, to be honest, is an interesting one. This feels like honestly, it might be the place that's most likely of the things that I'm currently aware of to be where I get the thing done. But yeah, this boss is definitely way too far from absolutely everything. We do have the drilling in play. That's lovely for us. I think we were just... Ibeck. And then from here, we rotate around. Easy peasy. Let's see. Woo. Okay, we go over here. We land directly here. Okay. And then from here, we're trying to get... I think we're just going due east. So, fuck. You know, I have to actually hit the jump button in time. Fuck. Okay, it's fine. Okay, we're here. Yeah, I am curious if there's an easier way to get here. Like, it feels like there should be an easier way, like an easier route to here. Oh, that's concerning. Okay, so not all of these are appropriate drops. We're just going to drop down to the next here. Wait, is this a place where I can just jump down the whole way? Interesting. I dropped all the way down to the lava. Which maybe I was able to do before as well. Okay. So we can jump down here. Okay. Yeah, you could do the Quintar race, but it would be... You'd still need to do this whole jump sequence that whole time, right? Like, this jump sequence is also a considerable issue. Is there anything here other than the boss? I don't know if there's anything here other than the boss. I have a suspicion that there isn't. Alright, so it's using a weak garbage attack that doesn't do anything right now. We are going to... do what on turn 1? I think we're going to... I think we're going to scan. You only have 24,000 HP. That's actually nothing. I didn't realize that your HP was so low. So let's Rending Cut. I wonder if when it clones itself... I am going to paralyze it, because I don't know if when it clones itself, it clones its current HP. If it clones its current HP, then the more damage I can get into it before it does anything, the better. That's a physical attack, so that unfortunately is not the clone that I'm preventing. I'm preventing a normal physical attack that doesn't help me at all. We're going to harm power. We're going to Reaping Cut. Okay. It's now using another physical attack. So, we're going to checkmate. I can't get these off before it goes. And it has a defense reduction on me. We're going to get a defense boost on me. And we are going to do what with you? I already have the thing on. Unfortunately, I burned a fairly important thing at a time that I didn't need to. We are going to just use Reaping, and I think we Reaping Cut again. This thing doesn't have a crazy amount of defense. This is Devour, so that does nothing. It's now using Clone. So, the hope here is that by the time it finishes Clone, it doesn't have very much HP left, and then we can do some cool shit here. I don't think I have... Ooh, wait, I have a Silence, right? Ah, but it's not going to work. It's going to go too fast. Unless I apply... I'm going to try to get this off. I don't have the ability to get it off. Shit. Okay. Wait, I do? For some reason it's slower than it listed? Okay, so It's dazed. It wasn't calculated in before, but it is dazed. I thought that the other one maybe was the daze. So we do have the daze on it, so we're fine. So we are going to get the silence here, which means I think we block this clone. This clone effect isn't going to go off. So we're going to hit Blaze, I think, because it does a pretty decent amount of damage. We're going to Rending Cut. We are going to checkmate. Niltzi comes out before it goes. It cancels that ability. So, we now have you pretty low, honestly. And I wonder if we have, like, the entire sequence to get through before you'll do it again. I gave you the entire setup that allows me to do an explode, and then I didn't actually give you the thing. So we're going to hope that it's using a thinger. We're actually going to use Tira right now. And we're going to checkmate. We did not get a proc. Bloodsuck comes out. That does a little bit of damage, not a ton. We now automatically dodge the next 2 incoming attacks. So you are going to cast Heal on Pumpkin. No, I'm going to use Satanic on Pumpkin. So we can Blaze you, which does a decent bit of damage. And we can Satanic to do a pretty decent amount of damage, as well as do the lifesteal that we need to ensure that this doesn't kill us. We're going to checkmate. Waste Away comes out. And we can now... You're using the thing again, which is not great for me. I think... I'm just going to try to do as much damage as humanly possible here. We are going to not use Blaze, because we want to have that up when the more powerful attack comes out. Do we harm power? I think we don't. I'm just going to attack. So we're going to use a Reaping Cut. No, we're going to use a Rending Cut. Yeah, we're going to use Rending Cut in preparation for the other stuff. Shaku comes out, does a decent bit of damage here, and we can checkmate. It's not going to be enough to get the kill, but we did get the proc. So Clone, you only have 6,900 HP. Perfect. We can now use Harm Power. We're going to Harm Power on the first one. We have 2 automatic misses that are coming out to these bosses. So what we're going to do now is we're going to Nightfall. The hope here is that we can pull aggro onto Pumpkin and survive. We can't attack you. Shit. Aid doesn't work because of the dodge. We are going to Swallowtail, maybe? Is Swallowtail better DPS? Swallowtail does double the base damage. Yes, we're going to do Swallowtail. Because we also need them both to go down. So if I didn't mess up the timing on that initial bit, then I could have done some really good work there. We're actually going to do a remedy here. I'm just now realizing that we were reduced in damage. Yeah, the Paralyze. If we had not fucked up the Paralyze, we could have avoided the clone happening at all. Attack comes out. That's a miss. Okay, that thing is going to do something bad that I don't like. And we don't have any stacks of this left, so we're just going to go ahead and throw this to you. Bloodsuck comes out. That's a miss. Swallowtail comes out and doesn't do a shit ton of damage, but it does some. And we can tag who? Let's cast Refresh onto Keyline so the Keyline can actually do something on their turn. I think we actually have this on this attempt. It's possible that they, like, double duplicate here. We need to remedy on you. It's a good thing that we gave ourselves mana there because they're bleeding now. Okay, so we can now cast Remedy to get rid of the attack debuff, which I really don't want to be in play. And then we Nightfall again. It's almost over. They're both fairly low. Devour comes out. This unfortunately does hit because we're not immune to it on them. We can remedy you. We're not going to. We're actually going to aid on you. Yeah, we're going to aid on you. We can remedy with somebody else if we need to. You are going to cast Life. And then we are going to use Nightfall. Okay. Bloodsuck comes out. That is a crit. Sever comes out. That's blocked. Okay. Next is Life, which you can cast because of that refresh that I got out earlier. You can cast Remedy on Pumpkin, and that gives me enough HP on Pumpkin to Nightfall again, but we're not going to. We're going to use Bloodwell. Okay, we got a crit on one of them. Attack comes out. It's not lethal. Our attack comes out. Swallowtail comes out. That's dead. Harm Power comes out. And that's lethal. Let's fucking go. 75% less max HP, 75% less physical damage, and 75% less magical damage. That's an interesting buff. That makes your healing massively more efficient. It can be. The issue is that the boss that I'm looking to deal with does exactly 500 damage, so it completely bypasses that effect. So the Slime Coat doesn't actually help me at all for what we're trying to accomplish. Because if I equip that on anybody, they would die instantaneously to the combo that it does. Okay, it looks like that is a wrap for this. It would be very, very good. It would be very good in conjunction with Lifesteal. So, like, that would be a really good thing for my Reaper, but Reapers can't equip it. So, it might be worth if I... What abilities do I have right now? I have Safeguard, which I don't necessarily need. Perfect Vision, which is really useful. Blood Spiller. So, hypothetically, if I had mastered Mimic to allow myself to use that on a Reaper... Oh, actually, I could just be a Mimic. But if I'm a Mimic, then I don't get my sub-command. But yeah, so that's a very cool item. Unfortunately... Oh, I just realized that I didn't steal from it. Luckily, it doesn't have anything to steal. That could have been concerning. But yeah, that was a fun boss. That's like a very... That's like more of like a technically sophisticated boss as opposed to a really, really hard one. That one's just a matter of preventing it from getting that off. And funnily enough, the fact that I do have the summoner really made a huge difference there. Okay, so we can go back to our home point. We could try to do that, but I've never actually seen that boss. But we can try to find it. Let me take a look at something. Where's our friend? Here it is. Okay. Why do you have 660 defense? Okay, they both have 660 defense. So you have Pain Spreader, MP Arrest, Barrier, Sleep, or Unharden. So basically all you're doing is hitting me with Pain Spreader and just sort of like waiting for me to die. This one is basically just chowing down on me. This thing was hitting me for like thousands and thousands of damage. I'm wondering if I could get... Like, if I were to equip an Undead Ring and pair that with that armor, which would require that I do some Mimic stuff that I don't want to deal with right now, so I'll do that later. But I might be able to basically have a character who is functionally invulnerable to its attacks, who can just basically lifesteal their HP back every turn and not worry about it. I don't know if that's a thing that I could do or not. I'm wondering if the strategy here is going to need to be... Oh, shit. Oh! Okay! This is the thing that was missing from this section, I think. So we can kill these. And they're not doing 1,000 damage with each attack, so that's useful. Should attack the other one. Okay, Nightfall. Okay, so there's the Unirana. And is there another thing? Probably not. It's probably just the boss, right? Yeah, because this is a boss. So. Okay. I was very hopeful that that boss that we just fought was going to be our ticket to Stemland. Ah, math, yeah. I was like, what is STEM? Science, technology, something, and so it's engineering and mathematics, I think. Okay. I was just sitting here like thinking about the acronym, going, what are the last two again? Okay. Nope. Okay. I'm not positive. I'm a little concerned that I might actually have to fight a bunch of enemies in order to get this boss to spawn. I'm not sure that the boss is even here. I imagine that... I imagine that it's going to be around here somewhere, but I don't know. Oh, there's the mantis spider. Interesting. So this is actually the last thing that we needed here. Poison Barb comes out. It's a miss. Marrow Slip comes out. That is unfortunate. Nightfall comes out. And we just have so much max HP now. Okay. We don't actually have anybody who can steal right now, which I guess is fine. It's not here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, was there another one over here that I didn't notice? Okay, we have this done. This drops nothing. Let's see. It's also possible that it doesn't show up as a boss. Checkmate. I don't know if I need a stealer with me or not. I'll find out when I die to the boss. So basically, I don't have any resources available to me right now. So since I don't have any resources, I'm not going to be able to beat the boss on my first attempt. So we're going to basically putter around with it. We're going to see its abilities, see how it behaves. And then once we've done that, we will die to it, and then we can check whether it has a steal item or not. Because, yeah, our summoner has 0 MP. Like, we're fully not killing it. But we can kill all of the other critters here pretty easily, I think. So, we should be fine. I hope I don't have to kill every enemy around here every time I want to fight this boss. But we'll find out. Yeah, we've gotten 2 of the enemies that were on the unknown list known now, which is pretty cool. Were you attacking me? Did you just whiff? Is that what happened? Yes. Okay. Okay. So you're gonna be an asshole. And counter all my attacks. So let's just make this the final attack. Or not. I guess I didn't need to do that. I should have probably dispelled or something. We will rend you. Safeguard procs, but it didn't matter. We already had it up. You are going very fast, friend. I don't like how quickly you get your turns. That has lethal on this upcoming attack. Oh, well, you know, it has lethal even more because of the fact that I got the checkmate proc. Let's just activate Satanic. This gets us a decent bit of HP to play with, and we actually get the HP, so... French Silk gets healed up a bit. There's a very solid amount of damage coming out. Why am I doing this? Not a good idea. Alright. Don't worry about it. I remember what I'm supposed to be doing. I should have probably just killed it there. Checkmate! Ouchies! Hey, there we go. Okay, we got the boar. Oh, there we are! So, the Rexosaur is, in fact, not showing up as a boss. So, I have some idea of where it is, but not that much of an idea, honestly. We can blaze... Why would I blaze? That would be silly. I'm gonna heal you. We're gonna see how hard you hit. Devour comes out. I'm not immune anymore. Okay, good to know. You know, I guess it should have probably occurred to me that the thing that's a dinosaur can use Devour. Bone Crunch is a miss. We will harm magic. It does have a magic spell it can cast. We're gonna Snow Fang. It's a pretty good hit. So it doesn't have a ton of durability. Fissure comes out. That is a decent hit, but not that crazy. If I can keep the magic reduction in play, that shouldn't be too bad, I think. I guess I can scan you to see how much HP you have. Okay, this has a pretty decent amount of HP. Nothing super crazy. And I think we're going to end the fight here. We're not going to worry about it too much. So, we need to equip the float shoes on a couple of people. So, Pumpkin needs to get the immunity item back. And the other thing that we need to do is we need to go to our archive and look at you. You do have a steal. So, I need to have somebody who has the ability to steal here. And that really sucks for me because I could, or a weapon that has Mug, but what abilities do you have equipped right now? Mixed Magic and Summon. I don't necessarily need to retain Summon, honestly. I think that we can probably mostly brute force this boss. So if I go and set you to Rogue, as a Rogue you can equip the Battle Hat. Not the Battle Hat, the Red Hat. And you can equip should we equip the slime coat on you just for funsies? Kind of a funny idea. I'm wondering. Let's try to set Pumpkin up to be able to handle this fight in a way that's funny. We're not going to use Valhalla. We won't have Valkyrie Mail, though. We don't need Valkyrie Mail because we don't need percent regen. We just need the lifesteal. So we're going to set you to what? You have to be a Reaper, though. No, you can be a Mimic. So you can be a Mimic who has Reaper, or Reaping, rather, as your secondary. That allows you to equip whatever the hell you want. With that, you can equip the Slime Coat. With the Slime Coat equipped and the Hope Cross equipped and a Hemo Ring equipped, my hope is that this will be very silly. We can equip... we should be fine. So you can equip... you could equip a Shadow Gi if you want. So French Silk on Aegis is probably not necessary. So let's give you... Let's give you Assassin. Let's see. Physical attacks don't wake sleeping targets. This is a very, very fun weapon. So, what weapon are you going to equip? Do you want... Let's go with Sange. We will give you this. We will give you... We're going to give you the Tuxedo. No. We're going to give you the Shadow Meat. Okay. Let's be reasonable here. We're going to give you the Tuxedo. And then you are going to get the... I guess he'll take Yasha. Then you're going to take... Float Shoes. And I think you're going to take Float Shoes. I wonder if there's more Float Shoes lying around that I could find. If I could find a third Float Shoe, that'd be crazy. I don't need one for Pumpkin, because Pumpkin doesn't have the inventory slots for it. But... And do I just give you Ribbon? Okay, we're going to see if there's anything else that we're missing. Fisher, Devour, Bone Crunch, and Fierce Stance. That's it. So, we just need to steal from it off of the bat. Once we steal from it, we'll be in good shape. So, and it was just one of the random enemies in there, unless it was... I don't know that we've gotten everything that we wanted the last time we were in there. I think this is the Charger, right? Nope, this is the Rexasaur. Okay, we got it. So, first try. We have 10% seal chance. Ooh, that's incredibly rough. What do you have equipped? You have a dagger or something equipped? Ooh, that's an issue. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, we have Harm Power. And Pumpkin is going to use a Rending Cut. Devour comes out on Pumpkin, does nothing. We try to steal. We failed to steal. Bone Crunch comes out on Pumpkin. 230 damage. And Paralyze. Shit. That's a little concerning. We're going to hit Veracity. You need to cast Remedy. But we already have this up, so we can just Reaping Cut. Non-crit, but that's okay. We need to keep stealing. You're going to need to dedicate your entire build just to getting more steal out. Okay, we need to Harm Magic. And you can cast a heal on Pumpkin. And we'll Reaping Cut. We do end up with more HP than we started with when we Reaping Cut. That did nothing to Pumpkin. Okay, we can Harm Power. This lasts for 4 turns. We cast a heal on you. We need to Rending Cut. We did not crit. Devour comes out, it's a miss. We stole the Legend Spike. We could coup de grace. We're currently the target, so we might as well do it, I think. Bone Crunch comes out, that's probably just gonna kill me, and then I can just pick myself back up. Okay, we are going to Rending Cut again. We got the crit, which is good. We don't need to worry too much here. We can Shadow Cut if we want, we can Sneak Attack if we want. We could Rupture if we want. We're gonna Sneak Attack. Okay, Bloody Slice comes out. We're throwing a heal at Pumpkin, and we are throwing out a Reaping Cut. That is 1100 damage. Fissure, ooh! I forgot to check what it was doing. Oh, we've got Protect now. Perfect. We're gonna keep Sneak Attacking. Holy shit, 64% crit chance, not bad. Okay, we cast Life. Okay, we're healing slightly there. Bone Crunch comes out. It's a miss. You can use Voracity if you want, but you're not going to get... Ooh. It's going to be using a Finger here. We can Voracity into Harm Magic, I guess. We're going to Sneak Attack. It's at half life already. Okay, we're going to throw a heal at Pumpkin. We're going to Rending Cut. Shadow Cut. Harm Magic. We could try to keep French Silk up through this, but I don't think French Silk is going to survive this. We're going to actually cast Refresh on Apple. Alright. We're Reaping Cutting. And we're actually going to just keep Shadow Cutting. We're not going to do literally anything that causes threat. Fierce Stance comes out, Devour comes out. So it's now going to be doing more damage than it was before. We still have the thing in play. Reaping Cut comes out. We can Sneak Attack. This might kill. It didn't. It wasn't a crit. If that was a crit, it would have killed. We're gonna Harm Power. And we're going to Remedy. Okay. We are healing slightly from using Reaping Cut. We're gonna Reaping Cut here. And then we are going to use the Vampiric thing the turn after. Right, I just realized that we haven't had Eagle Stance up since we died. So you're just going to poke, because you don't have the AP to do anything. You are going to cast a heal on Pumpkin, actually. And that allows us to Rending Cut instead. Fissure comes out, does nothing. You're not going to cast Life, you're going to cast Sneak Attack. Devour comes out on Pumpkin, does nothing. Life comes out. And Life finds a way, so to speak. Going to Reaping Cut, which I should not have done. That was a bad idea. I needed to Vampiric. We're actually going to throw out a heal, so we're going to lose... I am, in fact, going to throw out a heal. We're going to lose access to Keylime's abilities, probably, because we just generated a tiny bit of threat. Bone Crunch comes out, and that was the play. So, Bloody Slice comes out. We are going to cast Remedy on Pumpkin. We're going to Rending Cut. Can you sneak attack? You cannot. Thanks, Celestial. I try. Let's see. What are we going to do? I guess we're just waiting on Ruptures now. We've already stolen. We can go ahead and cast Regen on you, I guess. Let's see. I can cast Veracity. This lasts for 2 turns, right? It does. So I could, in theory, do this and then follow it up with Harm Power and... Oh, you're not going to do any of that, actually. You're just going to die. So, you're just going to poke. Now, we need to use Harm Magic. I guess I probably should have done Harm Power, actually, because that's going to be the more relevant thing, but that's okay. We're going to Reaping Cut. This should pay for itself, I believe. Not quite this time. Sneak Attack? Sneak Attack! Okay, we got back under French Silk, but unfortunately French Silk died. So, we can still just do a Shadow Cut here. Okay. And the boss is doing that, which means I need to cast Life. And then, in addition to that, I need to use Satanic. There we go. Now I have 590 HP, which doesn't matter because it's using Devour. Right, I got the order incorrect. Alright, we are no longer bottom threat, so we are going to cast Refresh on Apple. And you are going to Veracity, because you can. And then you're going to use... You're going to use Harm Power. Do I need to do this? Is there something else? No. There's nothing higher priority than this. We're going to do the Harm Power. And you can do a normal Reaping Cut, which pays for itself because I crit. Okay. You can refresh if you want. What are you going to do? Can you Shadow Cut? You sure can. So Sneak Attack's coming out. And we can Harm Magic. The boss is about to tag me with some bullshit. So we're going to cast Remedy on you. And now Pumpkin is able to survive this incoming attack. We're going to Rending Cut here, which does not quite pay for itself, I don't think, but that's okay. We're going to Sneak Attack, because there's nothing we can do for French Silk. French Silk is just that. Alright, so Rending Cut, Reaping Cut. No, you're using a physical attack, and I don't know which one you're using, so I will Life Drink. I think that it's using Devour. It is. So, I didn't need to do that, but that's okay. Okay, we are once again not the bottom threat, and that's fine. I'm not salty about it. We're going to cast Refresh again, because we actually have kind of unlimited mana on Keylime, because of the way that we're actually playing this fight. So, we're taking the Harm Power, and we got the kill. There we go. Easy peasy. So, 15% bonus agility. That sounds really good, but you can't really stack enough of it for that to be that crazy. Legend Spike is a 280 base damage dagger, 28% crit damage, 12% strength, crit damage bonus of plus 94. That's pretty good. Most likely. If it just adds 94 damage to the crit, that's less interesting. But if it's like 94 damage that gets multiplied by your crit damage modifier, that would be really good. Okay. So, we got that boss done. Whew, boy. So we got the Rexosaur killed. That's cleared out this section. We now have quite a long way to go before we get to an unknown on this list. Holy shit. Okay. So we presumably have a bunch of fish to beat up in the open sea. Because this is the open sea, which is not the deep sea. Do I want... Do I need... I'm going to leave the immunity to instant kill on for right now. I'm wondering if I should just, like, meander around the coasts and just fight everything that exists on the coasts. Because I think that the things that I'm looking for will be probably near the coasts, for the most part. I think I already fought the enemies at the Jadana Tangle. Like, I think I fought all the ones that are near here. There might be something near that. If I go down, we get to the deep sea immediately, so... We want to be... We're going for somewhere shallow. But not someplace... Wait, were you trying to run from me? No. For a second I was concerned because I was like, wait, was that... Oh, right, I didn't actually swap my gear. I need to swap my gear so that I have a sword equipped. You can harm power on you. Then we can Nightfall. It occurs to me that everybody else is not immune to Surf's Up now. Surf's Up is not ground. So... If I had done that, that would have been helpful, huh? Okay, we're gonna pick up French Silk. Sunbath comes out. We can Bloodwell. Chomp. I guess I could backstab this. It's not going to survive more than one more turn if I backstab it. Okay, we can power break this. Head Smash comes out. Nightfall. Okay, so that is this. I think that that's pretty much all I'm going to find here as well. I don't know that there's going to be too much in terms of other critters around. Let's see. This feels like it should be something. Yep. We got all sorts of fun things going on upstairs. So this is the crab cave. Alright, this is promising. What's here? More sea skimmers. That's rude. That's very rude. You shouldn't be here. Oh, right, I didn't do the thing with you. Oh, well. So Skimmer Boss gets Harm Magic instead this time. We'll use Harm Power on you? Question mark. No, not gonna bother. We're just gonna Harm Power on the boss. Not the boss. Well, I guess it is the boss, actually. Never mind. Okay, we Nightfall. I think this Surf's Up doesn't kill anybody. And I can probably backstab, and we can get the lethal here. I could be wrong, but I think we have it. Oh, well, you know, that is concerning. Okay, we got the kill. Woo! Okay, Shadow Cut comes out. Nice and cozy. Tag you. Poke you. Nightfall. Alright, we backstab you. And we need to get a sword equipped so that we can use our abilities. And then once we've got that done, we'll have an easier time here. I can also see if the Legend Spike is an upgrade. Oh, you need the equip sword ability. Which is up at the top. Alright. We equip the oily sword. And then what else do we need? Right, we were going to check if Yasha can be replaced with a Legend Spike. And this is a fairly decent upgrade. We lose the... Why does this give me strength? Wait, I just realized it gives me strength. Strength? I don't think strength has any value for a dagger. Unusual. I mean, I guess it's useful if we're using abilities that happen to scale with it. Alright. So, we now use Eagle Stance, Swallowtail. There we go. Now, Harm Magic comes out. I forgot to heal before we came into this, so that's concerning, actually. I think that we might have multiple deaths here. Oh, maybe not. We just stopped that from happening entirely. Let's go. We don't need you casting your bullshit. Okay, we'll tag the skimmer. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, Nightfall comes out. We can't Shadow Cut anymore because we died on somebody. We're gonna Sleep Bomb because it's going next, and then it dies. It died in its sleep. Do I have enough to get this? I do. Wait until immediately after whichever turn comes next. Copies all statuses from the target to the user. anything. Explosive class. Alright, so I think that's the sea skimmers. Are probably what I can expect to find in most of the places around here. I know the Boreal Volcano area had sea skimmers. I'm gonna go south. We're gonna go to the north side of the continent. What else do we have to do? This is deep sea. Let's see. We have the Sequoia boss that was crushing us and will probably continue to crush us. And then we have... We finished all the summons. We have the depths. Maybe the next thing we work on is actually the shark. Do we want to work on the shark next? I think we maybe work on the shark next. So I'll need to figure out which hole the shark is in. And we can basically go over to the shark. And I think the shark is susceptible to the strategy that we're currently using. Let me take a look at the shark's stats. Right, it's very close to the end. Okay, so we have do I feel like maybe these are all in the deeps? They just are in areas of the deep that I haven't been to yet? That's a possibility. This has like half as much attack power. They have a bunch of defense and resist pierce. That's part of the problem that I'm running into. So Chum the Waters. Yeah, my guess is that I'm not going to be able to survive the hits from it consistently. And I think the shark might be over there. Let's find out. What if I don't go to the very bowels of the deeps? What if I just go into the depths, but I'm not as low as humanly possible? Does that do anything for me? I feel like no, right? Okay, this is something else entirely. Oh. Do you have a depth map by any chance? Interesting indeed. Okay, so this is a shit ton of attacks that are going to be coming out. We're in a Nightfall. Wrap. I don't love seeing that. Okay, you missed with the Devour. That's good. Okay, we need to cast Life. Bloodsuck comes out. Wrap? Jesus Christ. That's a lot of enemies that can cast Wrap. Okay. We're tossing the Remedy onto Pumpkin. Okay, we're going to Nightfall. We want all of the damage to be coming out to Pumpkin. If this only has single target abilities, which it might, we might be okay here. Let's see here. We need to get the steal off. None of these have anything to steal. We're gonna use... Okay, that is the depths map. And you just took aggro completely. Holy shit. We're gonna actually cast Regen on Pumpkin. I'm noticing that Pumpkin has a fuck ton of HP. We're actually gonna use Bloodwell here. Some of the Tentamals are at half-life. My assumption is that it can eventually... Oh, Bloodgate comes out. That's an AoE. I really hate that for me. Ooh, that is not... That's not great. Okay, we cannot cast this with anybody else, so Keylime is going to have to Remedy. And then we get another Nightfall. Ink Blast comes out. That's suboptimal. Ooh, we can't... We can. We can double cast it. We're gonna do it. Actually, it won't matter necessarily. I think it's gonna get... I think that Pumpkin's gonna get wrapped again anyway. So, I think we cast Life. All these attacks come out, then Pumpkin's turn comes out. That is Bloodsuck. Yeah, I should have double cast the Remedy. Okay, so you can't cast anything. So you poke the Peacekeeper. You... Unfortunately, some of those have got to be wraps, I think. We're going to sneak attack on something. We're not going to sneak attack on anything. I guess we're just going to wait out that. We're going to cast Refresh on Apple. And I think French Silk dies here, but that's okay. We got one of the kills. Wrap does come out, so we didn't waste a turn remedying somebody who wasn't going to get their turn anyway. Floodgate comes out, that's a problem. Okay, Keyline. None of the... I think that there's no guarantee that we're going to get what we want if we do the thing. So we are going to cast a double cast Life. I guess I didn't need that, I could have single cast Life on just French Silk. Ink Blast does basically nothing. Unfortunately... French Silk can't do anything. Wow, this is really rough. Okay, we're gonna cast a Remedy on French Silk. French Silk is gonna Swallowtail. Okay, the Tentamals are now switching their targets. As one would expect. We're going to skip our turn because we can't do anything because we're out of mana. Devour comes out on Pumpkin. Bloodsuck comes out on Pumpkin. Bloodsuck comes out on Pumpkin. It's not a crit! We survive it! We need to, unfortunately, double cast here. But we are going to do it. We're going to double cast Remedies. We're not going to pick up French Silk again. because we can't afford to. Instead, we're going to focus our attention. You're casting the water spell again. That's a crit. I don't love that for me, but we did get Safeguard. Normal attack comes out an apple and kills apple. That's fine. As long as Key Lime is alive, Key Lime is regenerating mana. So, Pumpkin is going to use the AoE lifesteal. So all I need to worry about is keeping Key Lime alive here. We're going to cast Shell on Key Lime. We use Bloodwell. It didn't get lethal, unfortunately, but the Floodgate comes out, doesn't do very much. Wrap comes out. That one dies. That's actually amazing. We cast Remedy on Pumpkin. It might be able to re-summon these. Oh, you piece of shit. How dare you. Okay, we're going to Remedy again. Bloodsuck comes out. That's not the bad thing. Okay, we have Nightfall coming out. And I think we survived this Floodgate. We just, by the skin of our teeth, we are holding on here. Okay, that's a normal physical attack. We don't need to cast that because... Oh, actually we do. We have fully garbage magic power. Okay, that one just died. So, we can life drink if we want, but we don't need to, I think. We don't need to do anything. So yeah, we can Rending Cut. Devour comes out. We ignore that. I think... Do we still have the immunity to instant death? I think we do. Because otherwise we'd be dead by now. Okay, so you need to... do what for yourself? I think you just have to throw a heal at yourself. So between the regen and the normal heal, we will hopefully be fine. You can use Life Drink. And we can actually just sneak attack you now, I think. Get 1,500 damage out. Floodgate comes out. It's not that crazy an attack, so as long as we keep everybody in decent health, I think we have this. It's possible that it can resurrect its little duders. If it can resurrect its little duders, then we might be in trouble. Wrap comes out, and the timing on that is really rough. Impale comes out. Jesus! That was a big hit. Okay, we're not top threat, which means we're bottom threat. We can actually block this upcoming attack if we want, but I don't think we necessarily want to. We're going to Satanic. So we have the ability, or we would have the ability, we don't actually have it because we don't have the SP for it. It's fine, I'm not going to worry about it. We are going to do a Reaping Cut, which I think mostly pays for itself. I think we're fine here. That is a lot of damage. Okay, we're going to cast Regen. It missed. That's really important. We're going to Life Drink because we know that it can do at least like 400 damage on me with that Impale ability. We can Sneak Attack if we want. Do we want to burn the stuff on that? I think we do. Actually, you know what I could do? I could use Eye Gouge periodically. If I'm in a difficult spot, I can... Oh, I didn't notice the blind. Or rather, I did notice it and then immediately forgot about it. Okay. We are immune to that. That's confirmed. We can Rending Cut here. We only have 300 HP. I don't love that, so we're going to Eye Gouge. Ink Blast comes out, which misses everybody. I love that. We can Reaping Cut, and I think that it does very little damage to Pumpkin. We're just going to do this. This ability is going to do about 500 damage to you. Do we just take a turn to do damage? Do we shell? I think I'm going to cast Regen on Pumpkin. This is pretty expensive, though. I'm going to cast Shell on Keyline. You know, that did more damage than I would have liked, but it also triggered the thing. So, we're going to hit Satanic. No matter what it does here, I'm safe. And we're actually going to cast Life on French Silk. French Silk can actually lifesteal, and we're going to take advantage of that. So we're going to Rending Cut, and we have 450 HP left. We can... I don't like the fact... No, we can't do that. Ooh! Picking them up has caused a problem for me, but that's okay. We can work through the pain. We're going to Regen on Keyline. You are going to start paying dividends. You need to get yourself in okay position. We can Remedy. That purges off the debuff immediately. And then we can Reaping Cut. You can Snowfang again. If you're not self-sustaining, then you're not worth keeping up, you know? So, we could throw a Shell out. We could do a lot of things in this particular situation. I think we are going to... We need to reapply Shell to ourselves. So we're going to reapply it because it's going to drop at the end of the turn. Okay, do we Reaping Cut here? Yes, we have enough HP to play with that we can do that. Let's see. You don't have to Snowfang this turn. You can actually Eagle Stance, which you could have done before as well. We're going to actually harm magic. Look at us. Unfortunately, look at us doing so much damage that we're probably going to pull aggro at some point. I think you're golden. I don't think you need to do anything right now, so we're going to just sneak attack. Yeah, let's sneak attack. It's a 1500 damage crit. For some reason, you randomly chose to attack French Silk instead. That's fine. We are going to Reaping Cut. And that's lethal. Holy shit. That's a Deity Eye. Guardian Angel, Heavy Armor, automatically revived with 25% HP when killed. And a Map of the Depths. So, about that was our first attempt, and Apple started the battle with 2 MP, I think? Right? Let's go. So that went perfectly. Oh, that's interesting. These are all different. Are they, though? They have different HP and stats, but, like, didn't they all... No, they didn't all die around the same time. There was a significant difference in time that it took to kill them. Okay. So, you only have 27,000 HP. I don't think the others are that weak, are they? I guess we'll find out. So let's take a look at our map. This is the map that we have so far. This, I think, is where the shark is. But that's also interesting. That implies to me... yeah, we just beat the granny lookalike. We beat the false granny. Okay, so this leads to here. There's not anything too significant. And we got the steel. So... we also don't need to steal from the other two. The slime armor on a life stealer is incredibly powerful. Like, that is a gargantuan effect. We need to have every depths map. You know, optimally I steal from every single one. But if I need to swap someone out for the sake of making a build that works, I can afford to not have a thief. But I will make the attempt to make it work with a thief. Okay, so I've got that done. I'm assuming that, yeah. So this is the edge of the map completely. So let's keep searching down here. I feel like there's got to be something interesting in the depths. So the fact that we found that thing down there is useful. This is this where the shark is? It looks like where the shark is. Is the shark down here though? No, I think that might be something else entirely. Let's go down to where that other stuff is. I think this is the shark. So if it's not the shark, it looks very similar to where the shark is. Okay. Just gonna fill out this map a bit. Let's see. Anything else around here? We can get a little bit more vision over here. That's interesting. There's a little section over here. I think this is going to go... yeah, this goes out of the depths. Let's see. So, is this... I mean, this actually kind of looks like where maybe there's a shipwreck or something. Okay, yeah, this is where we found the thing. So it does kind of look like a shipwreck. We just kind of dropped straight down into it in a way that like made it less obvious what was going on there. Okay, we've got some stuff going on here. We've got a tree. We've got some other kind of weird thing over here. Okay, I think... Yes, we're now actually underground. Oops, wrong. I was going the wrong direction. Okay, this... I don't know if I can get up to the top of it. Alright. So this is a new section that we haven't been to before. Oh, that's a new audio track. It's funny how close we were to this place when we came and got the thing. We could have found this place without any difficulty if we had just decided to. So I feel like, man, I'm really happy that I didn't ask for help with that thing and I just decided to go back in the depths and start exploring some more. Because this is probably where we find those enemies. And also probably... Stem Ward has enabled you to approach Stem. 4 offerings are required to appease Gabriel. Offer Deity Eye. Okay. Okay. So this requires just killing 5 bosses. Let's see. Which one is Gabriel? Michael's the death one, right? Alright, so we found some sort of corruption thing here. Look, I got most of my knowledge. So Gabriel's the messenger. Oh, the boring one. Ew. What a loser. But yeah, you look, I watched Dogma, and that's enough to get your basic knowledge of Christian folklore, okay? That's all you need to know, right? They don't like golden cows, and Michael kills everybody. Is it Michael? Or is that Gabriel? Is it Gabriel? I don't remember which fucking one it is. Is it Gabriel? I think he is Gabriel. Was it Michael went on a killing spree or something like that? I think Michael might have gone on a killing spree. And then it was fine when Michael did it, but it wasn't fine when I did it. I don't remember. Don't worry about it. I don't remember the details of the plot. If you you play enough Shin Megami Tensei, you'll run into the angels all over the place. So this is interesting. This seems to be connecting the two. So I had the capacity to have found this by going into either of these pits. And my guess would be that there's probably 4 bosses down here total. I don't think I've actually seen mall rats. I am not what one would call in the business cultured. Everyone in my generation saw mall rats, but I did not see mall rats. Okay. We got about an hour left. So we'll probably make attempts on the shark next, unless we run randomly into another critter that we can deal with. We need to get the blood off of ourselves. Ooh. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, these days I mostly watch, like, stuff from other countries because they use different tropes, and because they have different tropes, like, it doesn't annoy me as much. Because, like, they're still, like, formulaic, but they're following a different formula, right? There's nothing, like, better about foreign films. It's just that I'm 40. I've seen so many films that come out of Hollywood that the formulas that they use are just like, okay, well, I've seen this too many times. I don't need to see this again. And I still, periodically will watch stuff and really enjoy it. But I'm mostly disappointed when I watch stuff these days, regardless of the point of origin for it. So, how is there not an enemy in this patch of grass? Maybe there just isn't one yet. That's interesting. Where is that? Okay, that's over here. And it goes over here. Yeah, unfortunately, the map hasn't helped me that much. It mostly just helped me find the ship again. So this is, I think, it's either this or this, but I think it's this is where the Sotong is. So now, okay, this is a dead end. Okay, looks like this is the end of the line here. So, is the Siltong in here? There's no way this whole chain doesn't have anything. Except the lead into that thing, right? That wouldn't make any sense. The Siltong is... You know, if we wanted to be really slow and methodical about it, the Siltong's AoE is physical, as a physical AoE. Reflex stance negates that automatically. We might be able to do the same exact bullshit here. Okay, the thing was right over there. I'm pretty sure this is Siltong. So let's fight the Siltong. Where are you, Siltong? There. This is a different one entirely. Oh. Shit. Okay, well I don't know what you can do, but I'm gonna try to steal from you. We stole the Death's Map. Okay. I feel like I could have predicted that. Okay, we're gonna checkmate you. We are going to harm magic, because I don't know what magic spell you're casting, and I don't want to find out in a way that kills me. Preferably. We're going to Reaping Cut. Torpedo. So this is going to explode on me. Because it's a torpedo. That seems like a reasonable interpretation. We're going to... we're gonna Swallowtail. I'm gonna play it a bit dangerous here. We're going to... We're gonna poke this thing, because we can. You are going to... Nightfall. And the torpedo's almost dead. We're gonna backstab the torpedo. That didn't kill it. Oh no. Well, I just lost. I should have sneak attacked. I was too confident. Are you just gonna create torpedoes? Oh man, if you're just gonna create torpedoes all day, then I maybe could have beaten you, actually. Nope, you're using Wither. That just reduces my MP. Who gives a shit? Like I need MP. Okay, you're gonna poke. And you're going to Reaping Cut. Torpedo? Okay, we're gonna Swallowtail. And the boss does have a physical attack that's coming out soon. Let's see. I'm gonna Nightfall. There are two of them. Okay, that was not a good idea. I'm gonna die to the explosion. Okay, that did 600 damage. So the explosion is survivable by Pumpkin. And the physical attack isn't that bad. So it's going to use like Torpedo and Wither. Like this is actually a very reasonable boss. I can handle this no problem, I think. How funny is it that the two Depths bosses that are very reasonable for me to deal with are the two Depths bosses that I just, like, never interacted with. Okay, so that does 900 damage, doesn't quite kill me, and then you Wither me, which doesn't kill me? You fucking noob. Alright, we're gonna Snowfang you. So we need 4 sacrifices, and we know where those sacrifices are going to come from now. I wonder where that Siltung is. I wish that I had cast Scan on you, actually. Because I ran into the 2 of them like 600 times. So let's take a look. Is that all that you can do? Because if that's all you can do, then I think you're boned, my friend. That's all you can do? That's your entire attack chain? Oh, buddy. You know? You are old and frail, it turns out. So where is the thing? It's right here. Okay, so anything that I need to change up in order to make this work? We basically just need to do an AoE with you and have... I'm trying to find the closest place to this. Is Mercury, I guess? And do we want to set this as our home point? Where do we have set as our home point right now? The top of that place. That's a pretty decent place to have as our home point, actually. Okay. We need to not run into... No! Bad. Okay. So. Nope. Alright. Nope. Rude. Okay. So we're in the depths. So, now we have... So we have... Oh, wait. Dark Overture. We didn't see it use that, did we? What is your secondary? Your secondary is Execute. That's fine. I don't think we need to worry about that too much. We're going to scan this on this attempt. I'm not going to worry about changing anything up for now. Buddy? There. Alright, we will steal. Eagle Stance. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to spam Checkmate on the boss. We're not going to... We're going to use Harm Power, I guess, just because we can. Do we want to do that? No, we're going to scan. So this is the old one. It's got 51,000 HP. How much MP do you have? You have 660 MP. We're going to see if it reduces its MP when it uses Torpedo. We're going to Rending Cut. We did not crit. We're going to steal. We failed to steal. You are going to... Checkmate. You are going to cast Shell. No, you're not. You are going to use Harm Magic. You are going to Nightfall. And then you can double cast. You're going to double cast a Shell. And we're going to cast a Heal. And the explode, I don't think kills us here. 263. Easy survive. Easy survival. Okay, we got the thing there. You are using something or other. You're gonna cast regen on? Nah, I don't think I even need it. Famous last words, right? You need to cast something that's gonna generate... You need to generate some threat on this boss so that we're not... I'm gonna do harm power on the boss. We need to generate threat. And we are going to Reaping Cut, because what else is it going to do? Okay, summoning those doesn't cost MP. I can't see the other abilities it has. That's fine. We can Reaping Cut on you. Casting Wither. That just drains my MP, so that's meaningless. It's going to summon another thing, I think. So we can checkmate. We got the proc. I am actually going to cast Regen on Pumpkin. That'll make it easier to maintain all my buffs and stuff. So, boss is doing Wither or something I don't need to worry about. We're going to steal. We got the map. So we checkmate on the boss. And you can do something? You need to oh, wait, no. Oh, mistakes were made. It's not a big deal here, but it could have been. We actually need to cast Refresh, so let's get that cast. Now that we've stolen from the boss, let's see. Oh wait, I'm going to Satanic here. I don't need to necessarily, but I want to find out if I don't have the thing on it, how much I take. We're gonna sneak attack. It explodes. That's 400 damage. 400 is a pretty considerable amount of damage, but it's not that bad, so we should be fine. Now then, you have the ability to do whatever the fuck you want for a while. You will just keep poking. We need to make sure that we're getting threat. And we need to do what with you? We need to Reaping Cut. We need to get aggro back, because eventually it's going to start dealing damage. Do we trick? Yeah. We failed to get the crit. Life is sad. Okay, we got the crit, but no proc. I assume it is making a thing here. We have Harm Magic back. So we just poke. And then you will Reaping. And we didn't crit, and life is sad. Okay, you can Shadow Cut. I could interrupt the torpedo, but there's no real reason to. Let's see here. We're going to checkmate the boss. We did not get a proc or a thing. And the boss is going to be attacking here. We dodge this first attack, no problem. I'm going to actually activate Reflex Stance, because the thing that it has, I assume, is an AoE, but I don't know... I think it's probably a spell. I think it's a spell, so I don't think that I can dodge it, but we'll find out. Okay, we took, like, what, 400 damage? That was 400 damage with Shell. We're going to just cast Shell again. Shell is more resource efficient to use than the other thing. So we need to AoE here to get threat. This costs 200 HP. and we'll get 135 back. I think that this is fine, even if we don't crit either one. Alright, fine. 400 damage. Safeguard procs. Perfect. Okay, we checkmate. I think it's just summoning another torpedo. So we are going to not use sneak attack because we don't want to blow through all of our AP. We're going to try to keep ourselves at a decent AP pool. Summoning them... Oh, it might cost AP. That didn't occur to me as an option, but yeah, it might be that it costs AP for it to summon them, but I just don't know. We're going to cast Regen on Pumpkin, because Pumpkin has a decent bit of HP to play with. We are going to Rending Cut. This puts us pretty low, but that's okay. We have plenty of time to work on it. Eventually, we're going to get a proc and a crit on the same turn, and that's going to be really fun. It's going to happen. You gotta believe. Okay, so that's a decent hit. You are fine. I should probably cast, like, Protect or something on French Silk at some point. I think I'm going to harm power the boss. Okay. You are going to Nightfall. Ooh. No, you're not. You're going to Bloodwell. That gets me a perfectly reasonable amount of HP to play with. The boss is below half-life at some points. God damn it. We got the proc, but not the crit. Wither comes out on French Silk. We can sneak attack if we want. We don't want to. We want to hold on to our AP for now. And you can use Harm Magic, but you don't want to do that yet. We're going to... Let's recast Refresh on Apple. So you are going to use a Reaping Cut. Then you are going to checkmate. We got the proc and the crit. Let's go. Goodbye hit points. Okay, 21 is sufficient for our need. You are using a spell, and I can interrupt it. So we're going to Shadow Cut. We're going to be able to interrupt this spell, so it should not go off. That's excellent for us. It might just immediately start casting it again, but we'll find out. Let's see. Do we double cast? Yeah, we sure do. We're going to double cast. We are going to cast a shell on Pumpkin, because Pumpkin's going to lose their shell. We're going to cast a shell on Keyline. Okay, so Pumpkin is now at 600. We are going to Nightfall. This costs us 242. We regen way more than enough to do this. We're fine. Perfect. So we checkmate on the old one. And now it starts casting a spell, and I say, oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. None of that bullshit. Okay, that kills itself. We activate Safeguard. That's great for us. So, we need to cast Regen on Pumpkin. It's not using the nuke again. Which is amazing. We're gonna just keep spamming the hell out of checkmate. We got another proc. We got a proc. It wasn't a crit, but it was a proc. It would... I don't think it would have been quite enough. It would have been close, but now it's definitely enough. Let's see. We are going to... We can sneak attack now, I believe. We get 6 back, so that's 27. It's exactly enough to do it on the next turn. Though the next turn isn't when I'd be doing it anyway. So we're going to sneak attack. Torpedo comes out. We are going to use something with you, probably. Okay, it's not doing what it needs to do to make itself survive, so we're fine. We are going to... what are we going to do? I guess we cast Shell on Keyline. Just to make sure that it's up. Nah, I don't think we need to. How about that for famous last words? Yeah, but it had like 12.6k or something like that, and I think we did like 6. I don't think we did a high 6k. I think we did like 5 point something k, like 5.9 or something, right? Okay, we don't have an AoE that's cozy here. We are going to do this. That's not enough HP to be able to survive this. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Harm Magic. The hope here is that we don't pull aggro. We're going to pull aggro. French Silk survives anyway. French Silk survives the first explosion. So I'm actually going to check. I might be able to do better than just survive. We might be able to survive without proccing the thing if I cast a Shell. No. Okay, so Shell wouldn't get the job done. It's fine. We're going to cast Regen on French Silk. We are going to Reaping Cut on the boss. Yeah, the Stalwart for the win. Let's see. With 18, that's not enough for me to be willing to play with that. We're going to use Shadow Cut. And we're going to checkmate. Let's go. Let's go. That's another Deity Eye. Master Material. All abilities are considered learned while in battle. All abilities are considered learned while in battle. So I guess that just means that you can use any class without needing to... thinger them. There's another interpretation of that that's way crazier, but I don't think that's real. That sounds too good. That definitely sounds too good to be true. So let's see here. We'll go ahead and equip that onto... Let's give that to you. And that was a Deity Eye. Which the other thing was also a Deity Eye, I think. Which is kind of interesting. I would have expected them to have different types of eyes, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, so mission successful. We've taken out another of these critters. We got the Master Material. I don't think that that's going to be super relevant for us because we've been mostly just mastering the classes that we need to master. But it is an accessory, and accessories are a fairly low value slot. So it's a very low cost for a fairly good effect. Like, it's very good in general. Just for me personally, it's not as crazy as you think. So this is interesting. So for some reason, the old one and the Peacekeeper are here, and the Devourer and the Enforcer are right next to them. Imagine that. Look, don't mind. Look, don't worry about it. So, do we want to go for the Devourer next? Or do we want to try the Enforcer next? I think I want to go for the Enforcer next. So is the Enforcer just sitting right here and I just missed them? Which place are you? Because I felt like it's not gonna be over there. Yeah, this whole thing is actually connected except for that one critter. Some cave. So where's my Sultan at? Because I think it's just the Sultan and the shark left. It's got to be down here, right? No. Yeah, it's going to be around here somewhere, I think. Found you. Okay, we got you. Now, we are immune with Reflex Stance. We need to steal from you. We stole the deaths. Okay. We're going to checkmate. We're going to not harm power yet, because we don't need it yet. Do we scan you just to make my life easy? You know what? We're going to be so lazy, we're going to actually scan you. Okay, so you have like 40,000 HP, plus you're going to have a massive damage reduction coming into play with this barrier that's permanent. I could dispel this barrier, and I think I'm going to, actually. I want to see how long it takes for it to reapply that barrier if I take it away. And I'm not going to take away its magic barrier, I'm just going to take away the physical. We're going to Snowfang. That gave us a lot of HP back. You are going to cast Regen on Pumpkin. I don't remember what the second enemy skill it has is. That's Sleep Aura. Okay. We learned Sleep Aura. That's wonderful for us. Re-raise comes out. So, the Sleep Aura we could negate by putting a ribbon on Key Lime, or putting a Wake Ring on somebody. It doesn't matter. We just need to put a Wake Ring on Key Lime, and then they'll be immune to the Sleep Aura, and then they can wake up Pumpkin. So the combination of the two of them will both be immune. Pain Spreader just keeps applying. Okay, so Pain Spreader is another dot. That's unfortunate. So we have multiple dots in play. I am taking so much damage from them. Oh, that lasts indefinitely. Oh, we're dead then. We can't solo the boss. Not with all these status effects on us. Okay. So, we don't need to be immune to instant death. We just need to be immune to the other stuff. So we just equip the ribbon. This gives me immunity to sleep on top of all of the other bullshit that it's casting. And then you... We're not able to use, like, every ability in the game, I'm fairly sure. So let's give you an Awake Ring. We can actually give one to everybody. So let's give everybody an Awake Ring. You know what? French Silk, you don't need an Awake Ring. You do. Everybody needs an Awake Ring. Everybody takes an Awake Ring. You know what? No, I don't give you an Awake Ring. Because I'm concerned that if everyone's immune to sleep, it won't cast sleep. So we're not going to give you an Awake Ring. We're going to leave you with the acrobatic shoes. And you need to have... Monster Magic as a secondary so we can explode when it gets to low HP? Do we think? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't know that this character's super required at the moment, so we're gonna put on Monster Magic as our secondary. I think that just makes sense. Potentially, that might actually be reasonable to do. We do not have... Do we have... We have the Oily Sword equipped, so it actually, it's actually reasonable to just do that, yeah. Alright, so you're immune to all of its status effects. You're immune to the one. Can I get you immunity to anything else without needing to dedicate a slot to it? Actually, you don't need immunity to anything else. You are already immune to all the status effects. You're fine. You don't need status effect immunity because you're already immune. So, in theory, we've already won. Anything that we do with Apple and French Silk is just like added shenanigans, right? These two aren't necessary for us to win this fight. Yeah, we didn't get to keep that Peps mat. That's very sad. So you are just gonna fuck around. You're gonna fuck around. We're all fucking around, and it's time to find out. Okay. We should be able to clear this boss fairly easily. This is not going to be a problem. So let's go to the Mercury Stone. And we have full resources, and more importantly, we actually have the immunity gear that we need to deal with the enemy that we're going to be fighting. Fuck. I think I can get through this without using too many resources. Oh no, we don't go before it gets its turn. I should have done the thing. Oh, I couldn't do the thing. I took that off. We're gonna do Nightfall. We're gonna take a big hit here. Doesn't quite kill anybody. Can I sunbath him? I can. I guess I might as well. Let's see here. Okay. Swallowtail. Okay, Bloodwell. French Silk is dead. So we're going to burn through a decent bit of our mana on Apple doing this. We're not going to spend any of Key Lime's mana on this, I don't think. Maybe we should, because Key Lime's the one who has the permanent effect. Maybe that makes more sense. Let's do it with you. We're gonna do that, and we're actually gonna do all of these. We're just gonna... I guess I didn't need to heal Pumpkin, because Pumpkin's gonna drop anyway. Let's see. So... stay high. Drop down. And I think we should have this on this attempt. I don't... unless I do something incredibly dumb, I feel like we kind of have this in the bag. To remember the exact location, I think I did cross over here. Then... is it down here? Yes, it's in this section. Okay. So, yeah, let's just pop in here. So, trickery. We're going to attempt to steal. We will fail to steal. We will eagle stance. I forgot to do the thing, but it's okay. We can do it next turn. Do we want to explode for the meme? We do not, no. We'll explode toward the end of the fight. We're going to cast Regen. These two are going to just be melting so quickly. It's going to be so funny how fast these two melt. They're completely on their own. I'm not helping them survive. Let's see here. Rending Cut comes out. Sleep Aura comes out. We're not completely immune to it, we're just mostly immune to it. We now use Reflex Stance, because that could have been real bad. Okay, we're going to steal. We failed. MP Arrest comes out, Key Lime is immune. We can cast Remedy. Okay, it's now going to cast the defensive buff on itself. Checkmate. Okay, we got a nice crit there. You can now cast Dispel. Look how fancy we are. Okay, it's going to be using something here. Do I use a Reaping Cut? No, I don't think I do. I'm going to Life Drink. Then we are going to try to steal. We're going to fail to steal. Pain Spreader comes out. That does basically nothing to Pumpkin, actually, so Pumpkin is very comfy. Okay, you're going to cast Remedy on French Silk. This fight would honestly go way faster if I only had 2 characters. Or, you know what I could do? I could actually give everybody Reflex Stance. I could just give everyone Trickery as a secondary and just activate Reflex Stance on everybody. And then just have everybody just do sneak attacks. And then Pumpkin is just able to survive completely fine. What am I doing? Reaping Cut. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because Reflex Stance works as long as you're not the top threat. It's the only ability that they have that is that nice. Alright, we need to actually throw a heal out at Pumpkin. Like, Pumpkin's at a concerning HP level. Let's see here. We're going to Satanic here. Yeah, it doesn't require bottom, it just requires that you're not be top. The other thing is that I could also eye gouge it. I could spam eye gouge if I had multiple targets that could use eye gouge. So maybe that's actually the strategy for both this fight and the shark. Because as long as somebody can eye gouge, I could rupture and completely fuck myself. Let's see here. I'm gonna just sneak attack. MP Arrest comes out. Yeah, this is basically an incredibly uber buffed version of that Reaper. This is going to go twice in a row. We're going to life drink. We're going to sneak attack. Pain Spreader comes out. Pain Spreader comes out. And then we cast Regen. Just for shits and giggles. We are going to Rending Cut. That was a bad idea, but that's okay. It doesn't hit that hard. It just hits for like 200. Okay, we've got Safeguard up. So, you know what? Never mind. It was exactly the correct strategy. That was 100% calculated and all that. So, we could use Reaping Cut. Do we use Reaping Cut? I think this pays for itself. Okay. We continue to sneak attack. Pain Spreader comes out. That's a crit for 160. Safeguard procs. We Rending. This isn't going to pay for itself. We're going to Satanic. We'll follow up the Satanic with the Rending. Pain Spreader comes out, that's a crit. We need to cast Regen again. Okay. Okay, we got a nice hit there. What else do we need to do? The only problem with a fight like this is that it's easy to, it's easy to fuck up the fight by just not taking it seriously at the wrong moment. This pays for itself well enough that this is worth it. This brings us down to 255, which is not what we need. We need to go, oh! You're using something new. I'm a little concerned about the fact that you're doing something new, friend. I'm gonna throw a heal out. You're using Harden. Well, that's rude. That means that we have to burn through 2 of its buffs. It is at half-life now. We can cast Dispel. Unfortunately, we're going to have to cast Dispel twice. Which means that we're going to remove the thing. We're going to Satanic. And it's casting a spell. It's probably going to recast its barrier now, and that's fine for us. We're getting kind of low on MP in a way I'm not happy with. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything other than just tag this. We're gonna rending cut. That is the barrier. And we can dispel the barrier. Unfortunately, we just rending. I don't know why I just use a. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Do I have to actually deal with this now? Do I have to go through the entire second half of this? Oh no. I think I have to deal with this. I don't think I can purge this off. I'm not going to win the war of attrition that way. We're going to life drink. Pain spreader comes out. Wow, this boss is a huge pain in the ass. Because I can't dispel the harden on its own. I think I'm going to scan you. How much mana do you have to play with? You've burned through a decent bit. But there's no way that I'm going to burn through all of that before I burn through its HP pool. Even though I'm going to be damaging it like half as quickly now. Okay, we got the crit. We have protect. We should be fine here. Okay, we can't rending cut here. Boss is going to get 2 attacks in a row here, so we Satanic. I'm actually going to Eye Gouge. Let's just make it so that the boss doesn't get 2 attacks, huh? Just get the 1. It's not a huge deal, but... I think I ignore your pain. Yeah, you have life drink off cooldown here, right? MPRS comes out. He would have been fine anyway. I don't need to use rending cut. Oh, actually, you know, this only costs 100. I'm gonna reap and cut. I'm pretty happy that I decided to do reap and cut. I think that was the right choice. We're going to Eye Gouge. Because we don't have a great healing option available. I guess I could throw a heal. Let's see that. Oh, we don't have regen up. Let's cast regen. Okay. We have protect, so we should be safe here. Let's go ahead and do a sneak attack. MPRS comes out. Do we rending cut? I think I'm going to rending cut and throw out a heal. Okay, so we're now going to reaping cut. And you're going again. Holy shit. Because of the fact that I'm doing so little damage, it's hard to get myself to critical HP now. Without being in actual danger. It's a pretty rough life. gonna rending cut so that I can. We don't have protect right now. I think I'm gonna apply protect. I should have just applied protect there, honestly. We're at 30 AP. We're going to sneak attack. Okay, we got the rending cut. We need the reaping. Alright, if I cast protect, I don't need to cast anything. We're fine. We're gonna sneak attack. You are going to. I think you're going to use Bloodwell. Bloodwell will not cost me anything. So I think that's a good in-between option for this turn. Pain Spreader comes out. That drops me to critical. I get the safeguard. Let's go. Okay, we Satanic to get ourselves back to decent HP. And we're going to cast Regen, which is actually critically important. Let's see, rending cut. This only cost me 100, so we're safe. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sneak attack. Yeah, we have an option here. Do I want a Reaping Cut instead? How much does this cost me? 69. I think this is safe with us having Protect up. Don't you just love to hear me say, I think this will be fine, as I'm, you know, nearing the end of the boss's extremely long HP bar. Just taking risks for no reason. Okay. We're going to Rending Cut. Wait to sneak attack. Okay, so you can tag a Reaping Cut. Okay. You can Eye Gouge. The boss is going twice in a row. I don't want it. God damn it. That's pretty funny. Complete waste. Let's see here. I'm actually just gonna throw out a heal. Oh wait, I need to cast Regen. There we go. And then from there we can Bloodwell. This gets me up to a very decent HP. Pain Spreader comes out, doesn't do anything valuable. Poke the boss. Oof. Safeguard comes out. And we throw a heal at Pumpkin. Okay, we lost a little bit of HP there. But we have Protect up, or should be fine. We're gonna sneak attack. We got the crit, let's go. Boss goes and does nothing. We don't Rending Cut here because... Actually, do we? Yeah, let's Rending Cut. We have the HP to play with here. Okay. And then you can Sneak Attack and Satanic. You know what? I'm gonna Life Drink. We're not gonna Satanic. We don't need it. Okay. We need to cast Regen. We are slowly but surely getting there. With perfect timing, it seems. Since we have 4 minutes until we're supposed to end stream. Yes, we will. If we can get it off. I need to get the timing down. But I can actually probably just... Okay, that is Pain Spreader, so you're dead. Safeguard comes out. We Satanic. NPRS comes out here, which is unfortunate because we needed NPRS to come out at a different time than that. How can we make that happen? If we dispel it, we can get the revive up on the turn that it uses that. So on this turn, we cast the revive and hope that they get their turn before the boss goes again. Okay. We can actually cast another life if we want. Let's actually cast Dispel again. This will get rid of the Harden. And you can Reaping Cut. You still have Protect up. This doesn't quite do lethal. That's very funny. It's not quite lethal. But hey, you know... Ooh! You're using Harden again. Oh, but we can't blow up on it again, unfortunately. Let's see. Do I want to... Can I do less... If I don't crit... It won't die. We didn't crit, so we are playing things safe. We're getting the life off. I guess I should have. I could have cast Refresh. If I had cast Refresh, we would have been able to kill it with another explode. But that's fine. We will poke it, and that's lethal. Man, I had it perfectly set up too. Gendolf's Ring is 26 mind. Okay. Still fun. It is still funny. Whew. Boy, can you imagine if I'd fucked up the timing and combination there and gotten myself just like horribly butchered? Okay, well, it is 12:59, so we have one more Death's Boss to kill tomorrow. And then once we've killed that, we've gotten most of the stuff done. Unfortunately, we haven't picked up anything that is going to really change the dynamic for the Sequoia boss. But hopefully when we kill the last Depths boss, it drops something really crazy good that we're just like, oh, good, this is amazing. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you again next time.